Take a moment to travel back in time to a world where castles stood as symbols of power and defense. Picture a landscape dotted with towering fortifications, punctuating the horizon with their imposing silhouettes. This is the world of castles, a world that has fascinated and captivated us for centuries. The story of castles begins in the medieval period, a time of knights, kings, and grandeur. Castles were not just homes for the nobility, they were strategic fortresses, designed to withstand sieges and protect the lands they dominated. The earliest of these were the motte and bailey castles. Simple yet effective structures, typically made of wood, and perched atop artificial hills for strategic advantage. As time marched on, so did the evolution of castle design. The motte and bailey castles of old gave way to the stone castles of the Middle Ages. These grand fortifications built with stone were not only stronger but were also testaments to the architectural prowess of the era. With high walls, sturdy towers, and elaborate gatehouses, these castles were formidable structures that could resist attack and stand the test of time. But the evolution didn't stop there. The art of castle building reached its zenith with the advent of the concentric castles. With multiple layers of defense, these castles were a masterpiece of military architecture, designed to confound and repel any who dared to breach its walls. As the Middle Ages faded into history, so did the era of the grand fortresses. Yet their legacy lives on in the majestic palaces and fortresses of the Renaissance and beyond, their grandeur a testament to the enduring allure of the castle. The story of castles is not just a tale of stone and mortar, it's a narrative of human ambition and ingenuity, a testament to our desire to create, to protect, and to leave a lasting legacy. Now let us embark on a journey through time to explore some of the most majestic castles ever built. Our journey begins in the 10th century with the humble motte and bailey castles. These early castles were a simple yet effective design consisting of a motte, or raised earth mound, and an enclosed courtyard known as a bailey. The motte was often topped with a wooden keep, a tower-like structure serving as the castle's stronghold. The bailey, on the other hand, housed the living quarters, workshops, and sometimes even livestock. One prime example of a motte and bailey castle is the famed Windsor Castle in England, although it has undergone significant enhancements over the centuries. Its original design was a classic motte and bailey, a testament to the practicality and effectiveness of this early form of castle architecture. These castles were more than just fortifications, they were symbols of power, control, and influence. From these humble beginnings, castle design would evolve dramatically. As we move into the 12th century, a revolution in castle design took place. The world of fortification experienced a seismic shift as architects transitioned from wooden to stone castles. This was a change that echoed through the centuries, forever altering the landscape of medieval warfare and defense. Wooden structures, while quicker to build, were susceptible to fire and decay. They also lacked the sheer, imposing presence that a stone castle could command. Stone, on the other hand, was not only more durable but also symbolized a sense of permanence and power. Indeed, stone castles were a testament to the ingenuity of the human spirit and the desire for security and dominance. With walls often several feet thick, these fortresses were designed to withstand the most brutal of sieges. The stone used was typically sourced locally, making each castle a unique reflection of its environment. However, stone castles were not without their drawbacks. They took years, sometimes even decades, to construct. The cost was astronomical, often requiring the wealth of a kingdom to finance. Moreover, the thick stone walls, while providing excellent defense, also made the interiors of these castles cold and damp. Despite these challenges, the appeal of stone castles was undeniable. They became symbols of power, wealth, and strategic advantage. One of the most iconic examples is the Tower of London. This fortress, with its imposing white tower, has stood as a symbol of royal authority for nearly 1,000 years. Its stone walls have witnessed centuries of history and have withstood the test of time, much like the concept of stone castles themselves. These fortresses were more than just buildings. They were statements of intent, embodiments of the will to survive and thrive in a tumultuous world. They demonstrated that human beings were capable of creating structures that could endure for centuries, standing as silent witnesses to the passage of time. Stone castles marked a turning point in castle architecture, but the evolution was far from over. As we'll see, the story of castles is a tale of continuous innovation and adaptation, a testament to the human desire to build, protect, and endure. As we journey into the 13th century, we encounter the grandeur of concentric castles. These architectural marvels were not just grand residences, but powerful fortresses designed to withstand the fiercest of sieges. With their multiple lines of defense, these castles were the epitome of medieval military strategy and architectural innovation. The concentric castle design featured a series of walls, one inside the other, each progressively higher than the last. This layout allowed defenders to shower arrows and other projectiles onto attackers from multiple levels. The innermost wall, known as the keep, was often the tallest and strongest, housing the castle's residents and serving as the final line of defense. Concentric castles were not just about defense, though. They were also about power and prestige. Their impressive size and intricate design were clear demonstrations of the wealth and authority of their owners. To build such a castle was a monumental task, requiring significant resources and skilled craftsmen. One of the most famous examples of a concentric castle is the Prague Castle in Syria. This castle, built by the Knights Hospitaller during the Crusades, is often considered one of the greatest examples of medieval military architecture. Its double-wall design and round towers designed to deflect incoming projectiles were revolutionary for the time. Even today, the Prague Castle is admired for its exceptional preservation and intricate design. Concentric castles were the crown jewels of their time, serving as impenetrable fortresses, luxurious residences, and symbols of power. Their design was so effective that it influenced castle architecture for centuries, even as advancements in artillery technology eventually made them obsolete. As we leave the 13th century, we can't help but marvel at the ingenuity and craftsmanship that went into these incredible structures. With their multiple layers of defense, concentric castles stood as the pinnacle of medieval castle design. As we move into the 15th century and beyond, we see the decline of traditional castles and the rise of fortresses and palaces. The shift in architectural design and purpose was striking. The time of fortified castles, with their high walls and battle-ready towers, was fading. In their place, magnificent fortresses and palaces began to dominate the landscape. These structures, while still retaining some elements of defense, were primarily designed for comfort, grandeur, and the display of wealth and power. Fortresses were often constructed in strategic locations. They were built to protect cities, harbors, or important travel routes. Their design was focused on defense, with massive walls and innovative fortification techniques. But they were more than just military installations. They were also places of administration, commerce, and residence. Palaces, on the other hand, were the epitome of luxury and opulence. They were designed to impress, to demonstrate the wealth and power of their owners. The Palace of Versailles in France, for example, is a testament to the grandeur of this era. With its sprawling gardens, ornate decorations, and lavish interiors, Versailles was more than a home for the French royalty. It was a symbol of their absolute power and the pinnacle of French grandeur. But why this shift from castles to fortresses and palaces? Well, it was a reflection of changing times. The 15th century saw the advent of gunpowder and cannons, making traditional castle walls obsolete. At the same time, society was evolving. The feudal system was crumbling, and monarchs were consolidating power. They no longer needed to fortify themselves against their own subjects. Instead, they built grand palaces to showcase their wealth and power. These grand structures marked the end of an era, but the legacy of castles lives on in their enduring beauty and majesty. The castles of yesteryears may have evolved into fortresses and palaces, but their spirit, their essence of strength and grandeur, continues to enchant us even today. From the humble beginnings of motte and bailey castles to the grandeur of concentric castles and the elegance of palaces, we have journeyed through the evolution of castle architecture. We've explored the simplicity and practicality of motte and bailey castles, a design that served as the foundation for what was to come. We've marveled at the dawn of the Stone Age when castles became symbols of power and defense, their imposing structures a testament to the prowess of their creators. We've witnessed the reign of concentric castles with their layers of walls providing unparalleled protection and their intricate layouts reflecting the complexity of medieval society. Lastly, we stepped into the world of grand fortresses and palaces, where function met form in an elegant blend of defense and luxury. These architectural marvels are not just relics of the past, but a testament to human ingenuity and the desire to create something enduring and majestic. Kindly like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to be up to date with our latest content. Thank you, viewers, and see you in the next video.